Oh my god, I lost myself insert for the YouTube videos. Fuck, I'm gonna have to redraw that. Winter is here. Took Colorado long enough to get with the program. Those of you who live in Colorado instantly know what I'm talking about. We haven't gotten snow hardly at all, unless you live in probably Denver or Springs or something like that. From what I've heard, there is a lot more snow over there. And with winter, I have officially gotten my first cold of the year and the season. Unfortunately, my throat is hurting and I already have tonsillostones. So, hallelujah to me. But this is not what today's video is about. It is about Hazbin Hotel and my opinion on it as someone who has actually watched the show. Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Chucky Day and you are watching Acclame. Forgive me for my few month absence. A lot of things has been happening in my life and that is probably a story for a different video. But as I said just a moment ago, we are going to be discussing my opinion on Hazbin Hotel. Now, Hazbin Hotel, for those of you who have been living under a rock, is a Amazon Prime series about angels and demons of hell. There is also a spin-off, or at this point the main series, depending on which way you look at it, Hell of a Boss, and they are part of the same universe. Now, I will be mentioning a little bit of Hell of a Boss in the sense of character design and whatnot. Everything else will be primarily focused on Hazbin Hotel and my opinion of how it's written, character design, and among other things. If you do like this video, please comment down below if you would like me to make a Hell of a Boss opinion video, because in my opinion, I like that show better, but we'll worry about that for a later date. Starting off with my personal critique, we're going to start off all the way back at the pilot episode, which is still currently up on YouTube if you guys haven't seen it. For some reason, a lot of people who have been watching Hazbin Hotel has not seen the pilot, and personally, the pilot was way better than the actual series. Now, I've been told that's because Vivian did not write the pilot. Now, I haven't personally fact-checked that, but I believe it's true at this fucking point. Vivian is the main creator of Hazbin Hotel and Hell of a Boss, and she essentially became a huge sellout and fired all of her original voice actors and replaced them with Hollywood stars for Prime Video. Now, we are not even going to get started about the allegations that has been brought against her, because right now we are focusing about the show. Now, to me, the pilot was way better written in the sense of the musical numbers actually felt like they were shoved onto you, actually felt like they had their own place. The writing was better when it came to the dialogue, and honestly was more funny. Now, taking a look at Hazbin Hotel now that it is on Prime Video, I believe that the animation has gotten better, but then again, it has fallen out of the term indie animation. It is certainly a huge sellout show now and is definitely just a Prime thing. Now, I like the characters that are in the show. I personally believe that Vaggie, which is Charlie's girlfriend, could 100% be more well written. Because she is certainly just piggyback off of Charlie, and that she's just Charlie's girlfriend, that is her whole purpose, and to also, I guess, service the hotel, be a part of the hotel, not really have her own thing. It's all about Charlie, which Charlie is the main character of the show. For those who don't know, she's the one that runs the Hazbin Hotel. Now, back to the pilot episode. For the pilot episode, she completely shied away from the pilot entirely and pretty much dropped it as nothing. It's no longer canonly accurate or anything like that as far as I'm aware. Now, there is a bunch of stuff in the show that completely folds in on itself a little bit. For an instance, Vaggie not knowing that angels can be hurt by their own weapons is bullshit, because Vaggie got her eye taken out by an angelic weapon, so how does that make any sense? Some of the angels not knowing that there was an exorcism or anything like that, for instance, was weird. Serpentius being redeemed, but Adam not arriving in hell doesn't make any sense either. There is quite a few things to me that don't make any sense in the show, and that's just because it's flawed writing. Now, what a lot of people were trying to explain to me was the fact that there wasn't supposed to be more than one season of the show, so they were trying to squeeze it all into one season, which resorted into a lot of cuts and a lot of horrible writing when it came to season 1. Now, as of for season 2, the V's are supposed to be the main antagonists. And I liked that concept a lot. And so far, from what I've seen of season 2, I have not seen all of it, they have been more well written, certainly. Valentino obviously has a slapstick fucking jokes that are honestly mind-numbingly dumb, because they have been done over and over again, especially when it comes to Vivian's writing. I mean, when it came to Blitzo's, circling to Hell of a Boss, when it came to Blitzo's writing stance of not being able to spell or anything, that was strictly Blitzo, and then it moved on to Stryker. And now Valentino can't read and apparently doesn't understand much. But Valentino is a piece of shit character. We're not supposed to like him, he's supposed to be a villain in general, but when it circles back to Angel Dust, he's even all the more a piece of shit. Now, writing for the whole show is all over the place. Now, when it comes to Angel Dust, which is a very controversial character in general, it is honestly a very hard topic to bring up. Angel Dust is a adult filmmaker in hell that works for Valentino. Valentino is his pimp, overlord, whatever way you want to call it. Now, Angel Dust's lore is kind of all over the place. Granted, I've not seen any more to season 2. Now, season 2 did, from what I've heard and what TikTok clips I've seen, which fuck TikTok for spoiling shit, they have been deep diving into characters' backstories and whatnot, so possibly there is more, I just haven't gotten a chance to watch it. Now, from what we know about Angel Dust is that he's only halfway owned by Valentino. He is only owned in the studio when it comes to his acting, I say loosely. Now, the reason why Angel Dust is a very controversial character is because he is portrayed as, from what I can see, is a hypersexual, abused, LGBTQ plus character. Let's just sum it up like that. Not to mention the work dynamic. He's extremely, obviously sexually abused because of the industry that he works for. And the way he's written with Valentino, you know, sexual abuse daily, physical abuse, emotional abuse, you know, the whole 10 yards with Valentino. And the way Vivian almost fetishizes it is honestly gross. During interviews, she speaks like if it is a fetish of hers. And again, that just circles around to the previous allegations that this woman has had. Again, if you want me to go into more detail about it, please let me know in the comment section, because there is a lot that I want to stab at this woman, metaphorically, of course. Because the way she talks about Angel Dust and Valentino, and not to mention the zoophile allegations that have been brought against her, is honestly just crazy. Now, because Angel Dust is considered to be an extremely controversial character, not only because of the person who's writing it, but it's because of the way he is written. Now, how I would have pictured it to have gone is that Angel Dust was lied to, said that there would be a lot of money, a lot of fame, which a lot of them are told when they get signed onto the V's, which was all in the song that has snip, 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 which is all a meme now. Anyway, now, from what I would say is that he was promised all of these things, and he probably was interested in the job because of maybe the sexual aspect, who the fuck knows, and ended up getting fucked over, no pun intended, when it came to the deals and everything like that. Now, in order to write a character that has this trauma highlighted in their life, especially when it comes to a work dynamic, you have to treat it very sensitively. It is a very sensitive topic, which is unfortunately what a lot of adult industry people have to go through. You have to write it very sensitively. The fact that Vivian is treating it like set fetish is honestly sickening, to say the least. I already said that, but there's no way to put it other than it makes you sick to your stomach. This is a character that has a lot of writing potential, and that has a lot of people wanting to know more about the character, who relate to the character in some capacity because they have been through it. And the way she says that she has not been through it or anything like that, and is just writing it, honestly feels like a slap to the face to these people who are trying to find comfort in comfort characters. Now, I like the concept. I like the concept because, again, written right, it could be a huge character development and a huge highlight on the adult industry if you did it right. And the fact that she is not doing it right whatsoever, I mean, some aspects, sure, yeah, whatever, but the fact that she is not doing it, clearly has not done any research, clearly does not know how to make such a sensitive topic not fetishized or joke-worthy or anything like that, is honestly pathetic. Because if you're going to write something about this, you have to take in the aspect of that this is a real life problem. Technically, anything you can think of is a real life problem. But this is a real life problem, and that there are people who are going to relate to this, and you can't just sit there and just say that it's nothing and turn around and joke about it when it's such a serious thing that happens in the character's life and story and character development and everything. Because one minute it'll be the most serious thing, Angel Dust is getting abused and he needs to get out of it and everything like that, and then they turn around and they slapstick joke about it. They highlight the fact that Angel Dust does not, 90% of the time, does not want what is going on in his job to be happening to him, and then they'll turn around and say that Serpentius is buying drinks or having sex with everybody and is getting visibly dragged into that room not wanting that, and then they're creating it as some sort of joke, which just all circles back to the writing and how horribly written this is. Now, do not get me wrong, sex jokes can be funny, but not when it comes to consent. When it comes to consent, it should be visibly known that that is consensual and everything like that. They make a lot of sex jokes, there's a lot of cussing and everything in the show, which again, poor writing in all of the sense. And I feel like that would need to be changed and perhaps maybe critiqued on Vivian's behalf. Now let's move on to a less dark subject. Let's move on to character designs. Now I'm going to bring up the 7 Deadly Sins, since the 7 Deadly Sins have not been necessarily brought up too much in Hazbin Hotel yet. I'm going to be talking about it from Hell of a Boss sense. Now, let's start off with Gluttony. Beelzebub, or otherwise known as Gluttony, she is a fox, lava fox bee thing. Aha. What about her is gluttonous? Other than her trying to tell people to be gluttonous in the sense of the honey or the booze or the alcohol, to be reckless and to be gluttonous towards themselves. That's just her writing. Now, when you think of gluttony, you think of chubbiness, you think of fat, you think of, plus size. I should have worded that differently, but I digress. You think of a lot of consumption of something. There we go. And she's not that whatsoever. She has a perfect hourglass body, slight chub on the thigh, which unfortunately I've seen Rule 34. To me, she's not gluttonous. Now, if we're going to take a look at another 7 deadly sin, greed, he's gluttonous, 100%, and greedy. To me, he's perfect when it comes to writing and almost the design, because let's be real, you can be greedy when it comes to food, but you can be greedy when it comes to money and everything, and the way that he treated Fizzaroli in Hell of a Boss pretty much sums up greed, in my opinion. But we go back to Beelzebub, and to me, she's the definition of perfect, pretty, awesome. And to me, I feel like that the 7 deadly sins should be pieces of shit, at least to some extent. And not to mention the episode that she was brought up in, she was extremely weirdly written. But again, that's Hell of a Boss, what am I doing? Moving on to Lust, or Asmodeus, rather. I love his design. Honestly, he looks so fucking cool. He looks great. I love his dynamic with Fizzaroli, and I love how they highlight the fact that sex needs consent, and how a lot of people in the Hazbin Hotel fandom and the Hell of a Boss fandom would pay good money to see Asmodeus beat the fuck out of Valentino, which I would pay good money to see myself. But when she has 2 different characters like that, highlighting the fact that consent is important, but turning around and doing what I said was Serpentious is honestly sick. Because, again, when it comes to the writing and everything, it folds in on itself. Again, the angel thing did not make any sense, and now the consent thing never has made any sense in that fucking show. Now, me as a person, would I say I'm a fan of the show? No, I was a fan of the pilot. I was really into the pilot. And now at this point, I'm just watching it because I'm invested into Angel Dust, most likely. I'm more intrigued about Hell of a Boss and everything like that, because the way that Hazbin Hotel is being written, it's going in the fucking toilet. Now, everyone can say that the writing is horrible and that there are things that need to be changed. And that is true. Character design, I feel like that I wish that there was more to Charlie's design. I wish that Alistair had a different haircut. Vox, I like his design. Husk looks meh. He looks boring in my opinion. Vaggie, God save her soul. She needs help with that. Angel Dust looks great. I like Angel Dust design personally. Cherry Bomb looks cool, whatever. Serpentious's angel design I liked better than the Hell design. His human design is definitely thirst trap worthy. Those are just off the top of my head. Now back to the 7 deadly sins. Now, Satan, which a lot of people seem to think Satan and Lucifer are the same person, In biblical terms, yes and no. So Satan in this show is not Lucifer, so just to clarify. Satan's design is very not what I would expect. I love the voice actor, but that's completely different. The voice is fucking perfect. But his design, it's giving snake in a bowl. And I don't like that very much, to be completely honest. Another thing about the writing is, wouldn't The Exorcist and whatever's going on with Charlie's Hotel be affected into Hell of a Boss 2? Considering how they're the same universe or whatever. But again, that is a completely different thing. Now, with flaws from the writing to the music to the character design, it is all just crazy. Now, the fandom itself is a completely different thing. Because the fandom is just as problematic as a creator in some aspects. At cosplay conventions, there has been blackface of Alistair, which is weird because he's not even African American. I don't even know. I digress about that. But it's honestly crazy because there's bad apples in every fandom, some more than others. I mean, the furry fandom has been up and down accused about zoophilia, and it has not been died down at all, especially with what it just came out about MFF. That is a completely different video that I'm going to make, by the way. But with Hazbin Hotel, it's usually just people saying something along the lines of, oh, they don't shower, oh, they cuss a lot, oh, they just make sex jokes. Which, you know, just sounds like every other people who make fun of weebs and nerds and everything like that. The only thing that I can say about the fandom itself is that they are occasionally obnoxious, especially at cons where they are sitting there screaming the songs. When they are doing blackface, it should not be allowed, should not be acceptable. The fact that there are people doing it is honestly fucking disgusting and racist, as usual, as you would expect. Blackface is racist. If you don't think that, get the fuck off my YouTube channel. But there are bad apples in every single fandom, so I can't really say yay or nay about the fandom culture itself when it comes to Hell of a Boss and Hazbin Hotel. As for the show as a whole and the universe as a whole, there's a lot of writing gaps that needs to be filled. There's a lot of writing that needs to be fixed. Honestly, with the whole Angel Dust situation, there's no fucking saving it, especially, again, with allegations behind Vivian. There's no way you can just look around that bullshit, especially if they were to just all of a sudden kill off Valentino or something like that. That would just turn around and fuck everything, especially would make it look bad because they're just trying to cover up. It's just all crazy. From what I can say, show is horribly written. Vivian is a piece of shit, to say the least, about the situation about her. And there's nothing else for me to really make any critiques about, other than forgive me for being absent for so long. Again, shit's been going on, great news in my life. And without anything else for me to say, don't get demonetized.